Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today for another episode of Gold Wingnut Live. Each week I answer your questions about things happening in Sumter County and the villages. These weekly broadcasts and the construction update videos I produce are two of the ways I bring information to you about the construction happenings here in the villages. At Gold Wingnut Productions, I also provide a photo video service for new homes under construction. If you're building a new home in the villages and you need someone to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates, then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo video package for your new home. I've nearly 20 years in the construction industry as a project manager, and in the last 6 years, Gold Wingnut Productions has provided this valuable service to over 300 homeowners. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work's being done right and when it's not. I'm not just taking pictures like some others do. I'm watching your home build with a trained eye to help ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange your package today. Now let's get started with the show.
The cheese tax, the cheese tax. You gotta pay the cheese tax every time you're cooking. When the cheese comes out, this puppy comes looking. The rules are the rules and the facts are the facts. And when the cheese drawer opens, you gotta pay the tax. The cheese tax, the cheese tax. Hand it over quick or things might get ugly. I can get really loud, I'm a really barky puppy. I'm not just asking cause I'm looking for snacks. This is real important business and you gotta pay the tax.
Pull up that clip.
Bro, you chewed that invisible food like it was 5-star cuisine.
Bro, I trusted the hand. That hand sold dreams and delivered air.
You didn't even hesitate. You bit confidence itself.
I committed because last time it was real, and I believed in consistency. Second throw was a prank, and you still went full performance.
I heard the sound, felt the moment, and my jaw clocked in for work.
Then you froze and stared like your brain hit buffering.
Because my mouth closed and my soul realized nothing was inside.
Your eyes asked questions your pride couldn't answer.
I replayed the whole thing in my head like security footage.
That look said, I got played in HD.
I felt exposed, confused, and spiritually unemployed.
Homie, you turned into a silent documentary.
Next time, I'm waiting for proof before chewing hope again. Good, because today you ate embarrassment.
Yeah.
Pull up that clip.
So you were driving and fell asleep?
Nah, I was just chilling, keeping it smooth. Smooth? You crashed into something and looked shook, like you saw a ghost.
Look, cousin, I didn't see it coming.
You were napping, then your face went from chill to call 911 real quick.
It wasn't that bad.
You look like you just remembered you left the stove on, pure panic mode.
I was just surprised by the impact.
Your whole vibe changed. Like you went from, I got this, to I need a lawyer.
All right, maybe I should have stayed awake.
Turning the car into a bedroom, that's wild. Let someone else crash while you nap.
I'm taking an Uber next time.
So we all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Gold Wingnut Live. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I know I did. So today's sponsor is Kitchen-Wise and Closet-Wise. So if you need, you want to get rid of the wire shelving in your closet, put in a custom closet, these are the folks to call. Same thing with the kitchen cabinets. I know a lot of the kitchen cabinets now are coming with some of the slide outs or roll outs, whatever you want to call them. Scott over at Kitchen-Wise can take that to the next level. Absolutely phenomenal what he does. Also sponsors are Grout Medic, same company. It's owned by Scott and April, the same people that own Kitchen-Wise and Closet-Wise. It's just a new line of business that they're into. Shade Masters, if you need shades for your home, your garage, your lanai, whatever you need, they can help you out. And of course, Magic Stairs. I can't say enough good about Magic Stairs. You know, especially this time of year, because taking those boxes up in the attic at Christmas time and after Christmas, oh, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But this year was the first year I truly used them. It was a blessing. We got the Magic Lift and the Magic Stairs in the house, and it has changed the whole thing. Yeah, you know, let's change the background just a little bit. See if I can, oh, right, there we go. All right. Oh, I guess it helps to hit play on that too. All right. I think it's playing. I don't know. You know, as much as I deal with technology, you would think I would have this stuff down. I don't get it. I don't get it. It is what it is. All right, so we'll just go back to the other camera. That didn't want to work for me. I don't know why. So, yeah, I think it's working now. I don't know. Nope. No. Bad. You know, every time I try something with technology, it seems to bite me in the rear end. Anyway, again, I hope everybody had a great Christmas. We got a couple of questions already queued up. Let me back up my screen just a little bit. There was one about this from BV Bum 683 wants to know, hi Don from ICPA. Is that a drink? ICPA? No, sorry. New contract says discuss flood insurance with your broker. Knowing that the Villages has a great system for water mitigation, is it really necessary in the Edenfield area? Your thoughts. Thank you. So the first question has to be, do you have a mortgage? If you have a mortgage and you are in a flood zone, then you are going to need to have flood insurance. There's no way around it. The Villages has submitted to the county has submitted to FEMA to update the flood maps based on the elevation changes in all of the communities that have been developed. So that's Edenfield all the way down to Moultrie Creek, Middleton, all the areas that have been developed. The Villages raises the ground up to help with the flood control, and pretty much everything is out of a flood zone. But yeah, it takes, unfortunately, sometimes 2 to 3 years for FEMA to get us the updated maps. But once they're updated, and then they can be up, the county uploads them. If you want to, we can take a look at those, and I can show you what they look like and where to find the flood maps. Now, again, I said if you have a mortgage. I know people that don't have a mortgage and they're not in, or they're in what's considered a flood zone based on the old geography before the land was developed, that don't have flood insurance. You know what? And because, again, as you said, the Villages does a great job at water mitigation, and the stormwater system is phenomenal. If you look at what happened during Irma, we had what was considered a 150-year storm. The system was designed for a 100-year storm, and it still had capacity. Now, there were some areas where it started to back up in the streets, but you still had another 1.5 feet, 2 feet to go before it would even get close to the lip of the door. And if you got that much water, call NOAA. I mean, by the time it gets there that high, you're going to be doing a backstroke just to get to the house. All right. So I hope that helps. Again, if you have a mortgage, your mortgage insurance company or your mortgage company is going to require you to have flood insurance if any part of your home is in one of those flood zones. One of my neighbors, a little part of his driveway is in one of those ancient flood zones from the original surveys, and they got to have flood insurance. It is what it is. The system is just slow. It takes a lot to update these maps. Let's see, what else? We had some. Victoria, welcome. Thank you for your donation, Victoria. I appreciate it. Let's see. Craig's on. BV Bum wants to know about the orange stains on the concrete and how can they be removed and prevented. I'm not sure what orange stains you're talking about. During construction, there's all kinds of people driving on it. Some of the orange stains could be just the clay, because there's a lot of they put down this clay, this red clay, to help control the drainage. If they didn't, my gosh, you'd never be able to grow a yard here. But anyway, it could be that, it could be rust stains, whatever. If it's the red clay, they're going to pressure wash the deck, or excuse me, the driveway, the front porch, the sidewalks, the pool deck, the lanai deck. All that's going to get pressure washed, and it should be gone. If you need to try and, one of the ways to keep it from happening again is to have the driveway painted with one of these epoxy coatings. That's one option. Normally, I clean the driveway with trisodium phosphate, TSP. You'll see it labeled in the store. Amazingly, when I was in the Navy, that was one of the chemicals we used in our boilers for the nuclear reactor to help control chemistry, trisodium phosphate and disodium phosphate. So when I first saw it used for cleaning agent, it's like, yeah, okay, because we used to use it for cleaning agent on the ship too. That's how we kept the bilges clean. We dumped some trisodium phosphate in the bilge, and it took away all the oil stains. Anyway, exactly what it is, without knowing which house you're talking about and which driveway, it's, I can't even begin to guess on what it is. Let's see. John says, and I thought we were the only ones with a cheese tax. We don't have a cheese tax. We have a refrigerator tax. You go to the refrigerator, you pay a tax. Most of the time you can pay it in cheese. Sometimes we pay it in ice cubes, but it is, the dogs run the house. If you don't know me well enough, my dogs run the house. My dogs run my life, and I have no regrets on that whatsoever. Let's see. Anyone know of a local chef for an event? I'm trying to think. A friend of mine always has great, no, she does all the cooking herself, never mind. I can't help you on that, J. Key, chef. So Muskie, On an older home, yeah, the iron content from the water in the sprinklers, if it's spraying on the house, is going to cause some staining. That's a fact of anytime you have a sprinkler system. But in a new home, you won't have that. At least not for quite a while. If you were to build, would you choose concrete or frame structure? You know, I would go with the precast concrete that they're doing now in a heartbeat. And the reason I say that is having been in literally hundreds of these houses. I mean, I just picked up a new customer today. This is number 83 for the year. So I'm very happy. We've had a good year. That's why, if you'll notice in the corner, the places I donate to, I have added in the last 2 weeks 2 new charities, Folds of Honors, and the other one is the Golden Retriever Rescue of Mid-Florida. And I will be adding, as soon as I figure out how to get them a recurring donation, Joshua's House over in Lecanto. They're a Golden Retriever Rescue. Great lady that runs the place. Anyway, where were we at? Oh yeah. Anyway, the concrete, the precast concrete. In the past, they used CMU concrete masonry units. Cinder blocks is what most people call them. And then they put rebar in each of the cells, and then they fill them with grout, and that's how it was reinforced. With the precast that's coming from DZ Precast Concrete Solutions, you have rebar both vertically and horizontally, and it's on 12-inch centers throughout the entire house. So very strong construction. Because everything is done with computer, it's very accurate, so the walls are all straight, everything is level. The folks over at T&D who do the foundations, they have taken doing foundations to the next level, and what I have noticed in the past, before the precast was being used, occasionally there would be hollow spots under some of the flooring, and you'd walk, if you had the vinyl flooring or LVP luxury vinyl planks, you would hear some hollow areas. You don't see that anymore. You don't hear it anymore. At least I haven't. So the foundations are leveler. Everything is much more precise. The other thing is you're going to have a much tighter seal in the house, because when they put the windows in the mold for the wall panel, and it's filled with concrete. So if you see a typical house, a frame house, for example, they'll leave an opening for the window. They put the window in, and then they got to fill it with some filler material, and they try and insulate it and all this. Not on these precast walls, man. They are filled with concrete. So the house has a very, very tight envelope. It is. I think it's a superior construction method. They've had really good success with it. You know, it's similar to tilt wall, which is pretty much the standard in most large buildings. You know, the charter school and the high school, the middle elementary school were all done with precast, or excuse me, with tilt wall. Same thing with the new county service center at the 470 and 301. It's tilt wall. Target was done tilt wall, so it's a good solid construction method. So yeah, definitely go with the concrete. You can save a little bit of money with the frame, the what they call stick and vinyl. You're going to have to pressure wash probably at least 1 or 2 of your exterior walls twice a year because of the algae buildup. So just know that that's an extra bit of maintenance. You don't get that as much in the stuccoed concrete. All right, dogs are angels with paws. I agree. Let's see. Great to see you, Dawn. Happy holidays. I know many places where the dogs are in charge. Yeah, yeah. Dogs are running us as it should be. They also give us so much. Dog lovers like us don't mind. Yeah, okay. That's good. Let's see. Concrete may be the answer for severe storms and forest fires with steel roofs. Well, we don't have a problem with forest fires here. You know, one of the things that has come out in recent years is metal roofing that looks like shingles. And I know that there's been a big push to try and get that approved. I don't know where that stands. I haven't been tracking it. Anyway, hey, if anybody can see the Jacksonville game, because I can't see it down here in Florida because they're showing the Tampa Bay game. If you know what the score is, let me know during the course of the broadcast. My wife is going to kill me if they lose. Anyway, they're actually doing well this season, and I've been a bit of a downer on them because they've been here before and they are masters at choking. Anyway, let me, I got to show you my Christmas gift that I got this year. This was my, okay, I'm almost 65 years old. I don't want or need pretty much anything. So life is very good. I've been very blessed, very fortunate. So I try to give back as much as I can. But there are things that are important to me. You know, a nice pair of warm socks. That's always important, you know. Good glass of scotch is never bad. But the most important thing to me is these guys right here. And this is what my wife got me. It's a crystal with the images etched in it. I don't know how they do it. I know it's done with a laser. This is the original picture. This is Lily and Sully. Sully is the lighter colored one. Lily is the darker one. This was the day before she gave birth to her first litter of pups. They were up on the couch. How she got up there, I don't know. She was carrying 11 puppies with that litter. But she was a great mom. She's my angel. And anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. It's a beautiful thing, and I love it. Jags are tied at 17 each on the third quarter. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. So hopefully they'll win, be in the playoffs. We'll see. So one of the things that happened with me this past week, obviously Christmas, on Christmas Eve, Christmas dinners were delivered to all 20 fire stations in the villages, as well as the 2 dispatch centers over at the Public Safety Center. The Board of County Commissioners and some generous donations from some of you all paid for it. And then the Board of County Commissioners, Muskie, who is always here on the broadcast, one of my dear friends and very nice lady, she helped with the delivery. My buddy Jim Mattern, who lives in Shady Brook, in same floor plan as I have. We're good friends, been for several years now. He helped deliver. And of course, Miss Marianne Scott, who is one of the board members on the Villages Public Safety Dependent District. She's one of the supervisors there. She came to help deliver. So between us all, you know, we had 8 people delivering 22 stations, and it went really quick. So that was something we enjoyed doing. I don't take credit for this one. Andy Billardello, sorry Andy if I screwed up your name. Andy Billardello, who is the commissioner for CDD2, which is, I believe, I have to pull it up on the map. It's all the new area south of the turnpike is in his district. Not CDD2, District 2. CDD2, That's what you call it, villages, community development districts. Anyway, he ran that show. I was just helping out. But anyway, so Christmas abounds us, and if you saw one of the local web pages, there's a problem, I guess, now with porch pirates. If you don't know what porch pirates are, these are people that go around stealing the boxes that UPS and FedEx leave and Amazon leave on the porch. They're getting themselves some free Christmas presents, and I just it's not been a big problem, but it's something that we have to be aware of. I'll tell you what, though, when I'm bored at night sitting at the apartment, one of the things I'll do is I'll start watching YouTube videos, and there's a whole bunch of them about getting revenge on these porch pirates, where people make exploding bombs. I think most of them are fake. You can tell that if you watch the video closely. They're great. Paint bombs exploding. The latest one, I watched it early this morning when I got up. Somebody used, if you've seen the spray insulation, the cans of insulation. So you let's say you cut a hole in your drywall to put in a receptacle, and you want to put foam in it, or insulation. They got spray insulation. This stuff expands to like 50 times its normal size. And somebody used one of those, I guess, in a porch pirate bomb. I thought that was funny as hell, because once that stuff hardens, you're not getting it out. All right. What else we got here? Let's see. Any opening day projections on the Woodlands Bar and Grill? I haven't even been by. Well, I've been by there. Okay, don't get me. I have been by there, but I haven't really looked in to see where they're at. I would assume it's going to be sometime middle of the month, just based on the last time I looked and the last words I had heard. But we'll see. All right. So Megan wants to know, how do they come up with the street names? Noticed in Long Prairie they are very generic, like Bob Run, Juan Street, etc. If you think about it, all the building that they're doing, they have to come up with hundreds of street names every year. You got they got the street names, they've got names for the villages, they've got names for the villa communities. So courtyard villas and patio villas all have names. I used to live in Ventura Villas. Where they came up with Ventura Villas, beyond me. I have no idea. But they got all kinds of different names. The street names, I've seen various schemes recently. If you go down to Moultrie Creek and Shady Brook, a lot of them are named after some of the more accomplished realtors. Frank DiPietro, the realtor that I used to sell my courtyard villa, he has his own street. He's in Shady Brook. Lots of different realtors, good people there, that got streets named after him. Some of them, I don't know. Where I lived in Hillsborough, I lived right off Cosmos. And just down the road, down Cosmos on the right, was Infinity Run. And then there was Moon something or other. They're grasping, I tell you what. I'm sure somebody's got a full-time job just trying to think up names, Let's see. Muskie says, it was great fun delivering Christmas fields to the firefighters. We went from the furthest south in Sumter to the furthest north in Sumter, and then Marion County. Yeah, you chose some challenging fire stations on Wednesday. Let's see. Joseph Fine says, hi Don, happy holiday to everyone. Will County Road 470 continue westbound where it will end, and through what village does it pass through? So County Road 470 is now Central Parkway, and it stays Central Parkway until it gets McNeil, okay? If you go on Central Parkway and you head east, you come to traffic circle, and that's McNeil Drive, the last traffic circle. You got to hang a right, basically, and if you look up ahead, you see Fire Station 49. So McNeil becomes 470, and then at the traffic circle, right there by the fire station, it turns left again and heads straight over to the turnpike. That's where they're doing the building right now to make it 4 lanes. That's 470 also heading west. It's going to go obviously through all those villages that are soon to come. The county is working on trying to get 470 widened. So once you get past Middleton, the residential community of Middleton, and you can see the Ash Grove cement plant, it drops down to 2 lanes. We're trying to get that to 4 lanes all the way to 301, and then when you cross 301, it'll continue on. You're going to go straight. It's going to stay 4 lanes. It'll hang a left. It'll hang a right. It'll hang another left. I don't understand why. It's just the way that the development is going, and then it'll reconnect again with as 470. So the county's working to try and clean up that intersection. When you look at 470, 301, 471, and where they all meet, basically from the new county service center to the new 7-Eleven that's down there, it's a terrible intersection, absolutely terrible, and very busy. It's all getting widened. So, but yep, Central Parkway. It is what it is. I've heard a lot of complaints about the noise on Central Parkway. Central Parkway was planned 2017, I think it was. The county road agreement went into effect 2018, and 470 and Central Parkway became one as part of that plan, and closing off the intersection of the old 470 right at Fire Station 49 on Marsh Bend Trail. That had to be done. The reason it had to be done because it showed itself early on, but it had always been planned this way. It was going to be a traffic jam, and it was going to impede the ability of the fire trucks to exit out of the fire station and turn into the fire station. So that's why that was closed off. And I don't believe they had the space to widen that particular road to 4 lanes. So it is what it is. Unschool says, did Brownwood's Entertainment start in a random minimalist way when it first opened? Eastport's been pretty disappointing so far for December and January. Wow. So I honestly can't answer Brownwood. That predates me. I've been here almost 12. Yeah, April will be 12 years that since we moved to the Villages. Seems like a long time, and it is. But anyway, as far as the entertainment, it has always been live bands like this. If you read the newspaper last week, they said that they were going to try some different entertainment options. I've heard some karaoke, some other acts. I agree with you. It is a little disappointing what they're doing right now. They said they're going to try it and see how it works out, and they're taking this approach because this is a different kind of town square than what's been done in the past. In the past, we didn't have a regional rec center right there and a golf course right there. So now they're trying to do something different. Personally, I think by March, it's going to be. I think the pushback from the residents is going to be, put the music in, put the bands in. That's what people really want. That's what has been the mainstay for decades and will continue to be. The businesses do pay for the entertainment right now. There's really only two businesses there. One is the coffee shop and the sales center, and the other is Prime and Ember. And I guess the two beer kiosks that they have now are open. I know one of them was last time I looked. So there's not a whole lot way to share it. Is Villages Entertainment going to pick up the tab? Possibly. I don't know. We'll have to play it by ear. All right. So we are at the midpoint. So let's take a quick break, and I will be right back once I get a fresh cup of coffee. Thanks for sticking with today's broadcast of Gold Wingnut Live. Pardon me for just a minute while I go grab a fresh cup of coffee and stretch my legs and back. While you're waiting, let me ask you a quick question. Are you building a new home in the Villages and need someone with a trained eye to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates? Then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo-video package of your new home. I've nearly 20 years experience as a construction project manager, and I've been offering this valuable service to residents for over 6 years. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work is being done right and when it's not. Fortunately, serious issues are rare, but even the most minor issues are better caught during construction than during closing. I'm not just taking pictures of your home like others do. I'm watching your home being built with a trained eye to ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange for your package today. Now let's get back to the broadcast.
Have you ever watched a human when their dog gets sick? It breaks them. We stop running to the door, stop barking at the mailman, and when they call our name, we just lift our head like, I'm trying. Yeah, and humans feel it in their whole body. Psychology says they get something called mirror pain. They see us weak, and their brain feels it like it's happening to them too. They sit beside us, counting every breath, watching our paws twitch like they're begging us to dream of running again. That's love. Even when we're struggling, we're trying to make them feel okay. Even when we hurt, we still try to wag our tail. Because we don't understand sicknesses, we just understand them. They cry, and we try to scoot closer like, don't be sad. I'm still here. And they stay up all night listening to us breathe, hoping tomorrow we'll bark again. They're with us until the very end. That's what love really looks like.
Authorities are actively investigating a string of senseless murders after a second body was discovered on the premises this week. While details are scarce, it appears that the first victim was brutally beheaded, while the second was forcibly dismembered. The eerie smile on the victim's face indicates he may have been familiar with his killer. Sources familiar with the story suggest that they thought the crimes were coming from inside the house, though no suspects have confessed so far.
So we all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
All right, we are back. We were talking about just a minute ago, web browser. So just a minute ago, we were talking about Commissioner Billadolo and the area he has. This is the map for the county commissioners. You can see that Andy's district is a relatively large one with the southern portions of the villages. Let me zoom in just a little bit. And we'll toggle it off and on so you can see which areas. So yeah, he's got all the villages coming in the future, and pretty much everything south of 44 and a little bit north of 44. My district is the purple one. My apartment is someplace up in here. Commissioner Butterfield, her district is up in the upper right-hand corner of the county. Commissioner Kuhn is, that's his area right there. And of course, Commissioner Bogue, he's got the biggest one and the smallest population. This was the new districts that were redrawn a couple months ago. All right, let's see. Craig says, I saw an interview with the director of Villages Entertainment. He stated they were going to start out slow and gradually build up. He also said they would try different types of programs and shows. Yeah, I saw that too, and it was in the paper, or in the newspaper. And yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. Oh, you know, when we talk, speaking of the entertainment, let me see if I can. So this, you can hear the music. This was taken with a cell phone. This is Eastport from one of the two $600,000 lots. So this is what they'll get to enjoy every night. Mind you, this is using the microphone on the iPhone. It was louder than what this shows. I mean, it was wow. But you can hear it in the background there. So, and of course the lights. It's quite the light show down there. Yeah. All right, enough of that. Let's go back. Let's see. Is that the Riddler? Yeah, the Riddler too. Okay. I was proud to drive the Charlie Kirk Memorial Highway last week in Lake County. Yeah, Lake County has had it for a little while. Sumter County just, we posted signs just recently for the Charlie Kirk Memorial Road, and it goes from where 466A and Powell Road meet all the way down to 44 and Powell Road. Lake County had some problems with vandalism, unfortunately. With, you know, the signs that were put up. That's been a relatively common occurrence across the country. It's sad. I mean, I never met Charlie Kirk, but I have met quite a few people involved with this organization, Turning Point USA. One of my friends is one of the organizers for Turning Point here at Sumter County High School. I think it's a great organization. Some of the comments are unfounded. Comments about him being a racist. Well, if you hear a 3-second clip, you've taken it completely out of context. And anyway, let's not go down there. I don't think it was. Yeah. All right. John says 20 to 17, 7 minutes left. Keep me up to date. John, okay. What was the noise? It looks like you were filming from the new Courtyard Villas will be built. No, Mushkie, that was shot. I was literally standing in one of the two $600,000 lots that were sold. It's been 2 weeks now. Holy mackerel. Yes, the Charlie Kirk signs are up on Powell Road. Again, right at the intersection of Powell and 466A, and again down at Powell and 44. Oh, sorry, you guys know me. Me and my coffee. The only thing I love more than my coffee is my dogs. All right. Still lots of all right. Greg R says, yeah. Yeah. I saw the Village's news that there's a new Mediterranean restaurant opening next week at Sawgrass. Sorry to see the show kitchen go away. You know, show kitchen was something they had it was a great idea. I don't think it's panned out. Fred Karmapur, the same guy who owns Victory Family Sports Grill. He owns Prime and Ember. He owns Scooples in Brownwood, Harvest. I think he's got, this makes his 15th, or I think it's his 15th restaurant now that he owns here in the Villages. He's been here for, I think he said 13, 14 years. And it started off as one restaurant, and with a good agreement with the developer, they courted him for a long time to get here. And he was extremely successful. That his first restaurant was Bonifay. He now owns restaurants all over. The old, I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but it's up on 466. It's the old Red Lobster Tap House. That's his. Orange Blossom Gardens, the restaurant in that's his. He does a great job. I'm very, very proud to say he's a friend of mine, and I think he does a great job. I'm looking forward to trying this Mediterranean restaurant. I tried Yamas. Debbie and I went to Yamas the other day and gave it a try. I prefer Prime and Ember, and I prefer Victory over Yamas. And let's see. I can't believe 600,000 on the noise. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, not a fan of the sound music either. Yep. Yeah. When we were here on our lifestyle preview so many years ago. It was in September. It was like it was our wedding anniversary. We came up for a week. Rented a Mercedes convertible. Had a great time. But we started looking at houses in earnest at that time in September, and we looked at some of the courtyard villas that they're basically, if you're going to Shooter's World, they're right before Shooter's World on the right-hand side. And I walked around into the backyard of one of them, and all I could hear was the music from Brownwood, and that was during the day, and that was just the speakers that are on the streets. And I was like, nope, not this kid. It was too much for me. There have been some evenings when I've been at the house and I can hear the football games from the high school. But you close the doors and you close the windows, and as I've talked about the precast homes, gone. Sound is gone. All right. Let's see. Walmart's been getting a lot of press. People saying, "Oh, we need to have golf cart accessibility." It's just, the bottom line is there is no economic reason for anybody, or for either Walmart. Walmart's not going to invest the money because they're not going to get enough return on their investment, and the developer's not going to do it, mainly because there's no way to access it from anywhere else in the Villages, not without going through wetlands and trying to get the Southwest Florida Water Management District to release wetlands after they've been allocated like they are. Not happening. Muskie wants to know, what is going into the old Sawgrass office? I thought that was where the new Middle East food, Middle Eastern food. I don't know. I mean, if you look at it, it seems like an ideal size for a restaurant. I am not a restaurateur. I have waited my share of tables in my younger days, but you know, I mean, it seems like a good location, a good size for a restaurant. I don't know what's going to go in there though. It doesn't really seem to fit anything other than a restaurant, just because of its size, and if it was much bigger, then I could see, you know, multiple retail, but it's, you know, if they try to convert it to retail, they might get 3 retail shops in it. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Craig wants to know about your next video. So I shot the last of the video yesterday. I have been working on it. I took Christmas Eve off from editing. It was somebody said, "You're really going to work on Christmas Eve?" My answer was no. Of course, I didn't work on Christmas, and then day after Christmas, I was told we were going shopping. So I drive and carry the boxes, and that's a good portion of my week. And of course, you know, also Wednesday I was busy with delivering the firefighters' Christmas dinner. Let's see, we talked about that. So I went golfing Saturday. I went to Southern Star. In the first 6 holes, I had 4 pars. Sadly, I was still shooting bogey golf. That was pathetic. I mean, first 2 holes, parred. The 3rd hole, nope. That was a double par, 3 over, and parred the par 4, and it just could not hit the ball worth a darn. Anyway, let's see. Oh, we got some more hellos. Hello, Craig. Hello, Patrina. Okay, I apologize. You know, I know you said you were going to probably be in town sometime soon this month. If you want to get together, Patrina, let me know. We'll have some lunch tomorrow, or this week. Let's see, what else is going on? We talked about Eastport Noise. There was, you know, one of the things that's come up is the entry at Brownwood. Needs to be revamped again. When I was on the board for Project Wide Advisory Committee and the CDD-10 board in 2019, we approved doing some repairs to the entry feature. It was made from wood. I thought they were using some sort of some other product besides wood. Here we are, fast forward 6 years later, and they're looking at replacing it again. Who's going to pay for it? Well, that is it's on the Exhibit A for the Project Wide, or the Project Fund, the Project Wide Fund. Yeah, there we go. So that means that it's going to be covered by Brownwood CDD. It's going to be covered by Sumter Landing CDD, as well as CDDs 5 through 11. So everybody gets a small piece of it. Just like, you know, if one of the retention ponds were to spring a leak and have to be repaired, you know, then that would be covered by all those same entities also. It's a great way to share the risk and the expense. You know, excuse me, it goes 11 and 12, or no, 12 and 13 are also in Project Wide. So yeah, you know, $300,000 is a lot of money, but split between all the different CDDs, it definitely becomes a much more palatable and bearable burden. But you know, I still question 6 years, and they're looking at replacing it again. I don't know the details. I haven't bothered to look at I meant to look at it. I had the page open to look at it on the District Gov website, to look at the agenda and see what was going on. I saw a squirrel, something shiny, got distracted. There you go. Let's see. All right, what else do we got here? Craig says it was 16 degrees and felt like 10 today. 16 and it felt like 10, and you can tell the difference, Craig? I'm sorry. I'm hoping you're talking centigrade and not Fahrenheit, because that's just too darn cold for me. Craig says, yeah, I hear you like Scotch. Yes, I'm a single malt Scotch drinker on occasion, but I'll be honest with you, in the last year, I haven't really drank that much. I mean, I think I'm on my 4th 12-pack of beer for the year, and I won't finish it before New Year's. I just don't drink that much anymore. Occasionally a little bit of bourbon, you know. Yeah, highs in the 70s today. Craig says, yes, I can actually tell the difference, but what was Google's perspective today? Okay. Can hardly wait for the move to hammock at Finney in mid to late March. Oh, congratulations. Hammock at Finney is a nice area. All right. Let's see. Yeah. So, we're coming up to the end of the year. You can see up here on the right-hand side of the screen, I run a business, and it's taking pictures of homes. I'm trying to close out the year with a bang. It's been a good year so far. What I'm going to do, I'm running a sale just till the 1st. So if you're buying a house and you need pictures taken and somebody to watch your house while it's being built, here's the deal. If you buy the basic package, I'm going to give you 10% off the whole package. If you go with the deluxe package, I'll either give you 10% off, or if you're putting in a pool or have a house over 2,200 square feet. So from 2,200 square feet up, there's some adders for the added size to the package. I'll take, and we won't do the 10% off, but I'll get rid of all the extra costs for the pool and the added size, which for a 2,500 square foot home, that works out to be about a 20% discount. So I've never had a discount this big. I just want to finish up the year with a bang. So if you're interested, go to my website, Wingnut.com, and fill out the form on the web page. In fact, let me show you where it's at. Web browser. There we go. And Gold Wingnut Productions. Go to Home Construction Photo Video Package. Come on. Hey, what's going on here? I can't believe it. There it is. Oh, nope. Wow. My web page is going wonky. No, it's my mouse going wonky. What can I say? There it is. Home construction package. Here's the prices. Fill out this form, send it to me. We'll get you started. And I'm going to give you, again, the best price I've ever given anybody. All right. So it's goldwingnut.com. That's where you got to go to. All right. Jags 22-17 at the 2-minute warning. Oh my gosh, I'm going to go. They're choke masters. They're going to choke. I just know it in my bones. Yep. All right. Let's see. What else do we got here? Craig says, we'd definitely like to meet up. I met Sam and Craig when we came down last time. Invite you all as well to breakfast. Breakfast is cool. Breakfast is good. My favorite breakfast restaurant is Daryl's Diner. Been going there for 10 years with my golf group every Saturday morning. Somebody asked a question on where to find lot dimensions. So I thought I'd show you that. Uh-oh. What's my mouse doing here? Great. All right. Let's go, all right. Come back over here. You want to know the lot dimensions. Go to the property appraiser's website. Click on the map. And then zoom in. All right. Let's find some of the villages. Okay, there's that. Let's find, oh yeah, these down here. These new, down in here, this is Long Prairie. We'll give it just a second to pop up. Parcels are coming in. The website, oh, there we go. You can see the lots here in yellow. Let me zoom in some more. And you can see they got different sizes. How big are they? You come over here to the left and you click on parcel dimensions. And it gives you a disclaimer. It says it's approximate. And then they show up. And it can give you a pretty good idea of all the lot sizes. So let me try and zoom in a little bit more so you can see it. There we go. Oh, wow, look at this. This lot is 200 feet deep and 81.5 feet wide. Holy mackerel. 200 feet deep. That's amazing. Anyway, so there you go. That's how you find the parcel sizes. The other way to do it is go to the Southwest Florida Water Management District and look at the permits. You'll have to use the scale that's on the on the drawings to look at the lot sizes, because they're not written on there like this is, but it still works. All right. Let's see. We'll have to try Daryl's. We know we like Reveille. Daryl's is a little bit cheaper, a little less expensive. You know, like I said, I've been going to I'm getting visited by dogs. Come here, Lily. Lily. All right. Oh, yeah, we hear you.
Come here, Lily. Come get a cookie.
Yeah. Lily's job is to bring in the newspaper and the packages from the front porch. She's been doing that for as long as she's been alive. And funny, yeah, there's a story that goes along with that too. So it's her job. If FedEx or UPS leaves a package, she's got to bring them in. If you know, when the newspaper comes, she runs out and gets it. Story is my first house here in the Villages. Lily used to do that. One morning she grabbed a newspaper, she brought it back, she ran back out and got one of the neighbor across the street's newspaper and brought it to me. So I took it back and I walked it over, put it back on his driveway, and you know, they were good. And then we went inside, and the next morning at like 5:30 in the morning, somebody's knocking at the door. Sumter County Sheriff. He's investigating a complaint about my dog stealing all the neighbors' newspapers. I mean, I'm standing there in my robe going, really? I just woke up. What are you talking about? One of my other neighbors called the police. And he also called the police on me because I was flying a drone. Just, you know, every neighborhood has got that orifice, and he was the neighborhood orifice, in my opinion. But anyway, so yeah, I got visited by the sheriff over that one. That was just a pain. Jags is on local Fox now. All right, that's good to know. All right, let's go back to, I gotta look at here. Any word on the restaurant at the Meadows Championship course? You know, I haven't. They've got the retention pond, the major retention ponds in for the Meadows. There's a lot of water going to be on that course, but I have not seen anything yet on the country club. My understanding is the restaurant is going to be bigger, more in line with what we've seen at like Evans Prairie, Bonifay, Belglade, and all those. It's going to be more in line with that. My understanding is there's not going to be any pool or tennis courts. That's a thing of the past now at the country clubs. So it's just going to be a restaurant and a pro shop. But you know, that's still at least a year away from being built. Where is that lot that is 200 feet deep? Muskie wants to know. That was over in Long Prairie, near McNeil Drive. So, and it's basically, let me go back. Let me go back. Come on. I'll zoom back out. So, there's those lots. So this is McNeil. This is, if you go farther up, that's where the new fire station is being built. This is Marsh Bend Trail. Yes, that is the same Marsh Bend Trail right there by Everglades that goes all the way down into the new section. And actually in this corner right here is where a new regional rec center is going in. So it's, what, 2.5, 3 miles away from Everglades, or not Everglades, Olympia. Pretty consistent. So lots of things going in. Let me zoom out a little bit more so you get a better idea. So this is Bexley Trail, Marsh Bend Trail comes down, and then McNeil goes up. Wow. And it goes up, and it goes up, and it goes up. It's a long way up. Where's the fire station? Oh, yeah. There's the new fire station. Wow, let me zoom out some more. Yeah. So this is where those houses are. That's the new fire station. This is Central Parkway coming across here. This is where it comes down McNeil, and then it's going across this way out to the turnpike. Bexley Trail. Gives you an idea of where things are at. All right. Jags 23-17 with seconds left. Oh my gosh. All right, you gotta let me know the final score so I can tell Debbie. It'll make her happy. She says she already knows. Is it over? Oh, okay. She's telling me there's 18 seconds left. All right. Oh, wow. What else do we got going on? Check my list of things I thought I would talk about. We talked about lot dimensions. We talked about port pirates. So if you might have heard, there was some recent changes concerning drones. And the manufacturer of the drones that I fly is DJI. They're the #1 manufacturer of drones in the world, and the FCC has basically, they've added not just Chinese-made drones, but all foreign drone-made parts now, or all foreign-made parts for drones are now not allowed to come into this country. It's a protectionist practice, very poor practice, trying to protect the American drone companies that are a decade behind in their technology. I'll probably hear from somebody from one of those companies because I said that. Well, you know, when they're a decade behind and they're twice as expensive as DJI drones. DJI got where it's at being the best in the world and the market shareholder worldwide by building a superior product. But so any new products that they come up with, they won't be able to get their FCC certification. Anything that transmits or receives has to go through the FCC, and this is the tactic they're using. This is pure politics. It's because they are Chinese made. Would I like to fly an American-made drone? Absolutely, I would. I would buy one in a heartbeat, as long as it's just as good, if not better, and also it's got to be priced right. And to pay twice as much for a drone that's less capable just isn't realistic. Jags they didn't choke today. Oh, that's good to know. Uh-oh, he just message retracted. That's not good. All right. John, what's going on? Tell me what the score is. Somebody tell me. All right. I'm seeing my screen is about 30 seconds ahead of what you guys see. So he retracted his message about Jaguars, but we'll see. Anyway, penalty flag. Of course there is. But yeah, so DJI drones are not banned, but nothing new is going to come into the country, at least for a while, until they work through these issues. There is a provision that if Homeland Security or the Department of War, Department of Defense, or whatever you want to call it, Department of War, if they deem it acceptable, then they'll allow it in. A year ago, there was a provision in the Defense Authorization Act that said a government entity, and I think they listed a couple of them, if one of them would review it, then the security risks, then they could possibly allow it. Of course, nobody picked up the hat and took it on. And, it's politics. It's pure politics. They're worried about the Chinese spying on us because these things transmit information. You know how easy it is to keep any data from going to the Chinese? You open up the app on the remote, you turn off the Wi-Fi. No problem. It's done. You stop the transmission. It's not, Anyway, so there we have it. But it looks like Jacksonville won. Buildings in D.C. have been renamed to honor Trump. Florida needs to start renaming some down here, I guess. Yeah, I mean, the Trump Kennedy Center is now a reality. I know a lot of Democrats are upset. What was it Barack Obama said? Elections have consequences. Anyway, enough on politics. So we are at 10 minutes after the hour. It looks like Jacksonville won. Wow, so looks like they're going to be in the playoffs. Holy mackerel. I think they still have one more game in this season. They'll probably choke. Anybody else got any questions before we move on? I mean, we're getting ready to call it a day. If you got a question you want to call it in, you can call me at 352-661-6175. We can talk live. Trump is the GOAT. I'm not sure what you mean by the GOAT. Yeah. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel. It all helps. Oh man, sorry. I'm addicted to coffee. What can I say? Here we go. The reason the Jags have such a good record is because the Brown. All right, here we go. Things are going by. Let's see, the reason the Jags have such a good record is because the Browns have their first round draft choice. The Browns have been cursed since their return in '99. Okay, I'm not sure what the Browns and the Jags have a good record, but I was a Jacksonville fan 30 years ago when the team was first created. I lived in St. Mary's, Georgia, just across the state line. I was on, I don't remember, let me think, 30 years ago. I think I had just gotten on USS Kentucky as the reactor controls chief, and we used to go to the games for $6. We'd get end zone tickets from the USO for $6, and man, it was a great time. Saw some really good games in that first couple of seasons, and then they just kept falling on their sword. And we'll leave it at that. Hopefully they won't this year. Maybe he'll make it to the Super Bowl. That would be awesome. You know, if they make it to the Super Bowl, we might just have to throw a big party. So we'll see. Keep your fingers crossed. I know I will. GOAT is greatest of all time. You know, President Trump, I truly believe that in his heart he has the best interest of the American people in there, and he's doing what is best. You know, I don't always agree with some of the stuff he says. He's not the world's greatest communicator, but we have secure borders and inflation under control, and things are improving. It takes time, but they are improving, and I'm happy to see that. All right, any updates on the 470 bridge? So they're still building it. It looks like they're getting close to setting the spans. When I shot it 3 days ago, you know, the west side walls were being finished up. I think once they put the road surface down, then they'll start setting the the beams that cross the turnpike. If they do that, I will be out there shooting video. I did that when they were doing the Bexley Bridge, the Southern Oaks Bridge, whatever you want to call it, the one on Bexley Boulevard and over the turnpike. And I got some really great footage of that. I got to see a nighttime launch at the same time. It was kind of a bonus. But anyway, so when more starts happening, we'll see. It is though, they're definitely moving quickly on it though. It's looking good. My guess is they're going to try and have it open the same time that they open up the new stretch of 470 that goes by Station 49. Let's see. We got a couple more in. Thanks for the show. Happy New Year. Thank you, John in Miami. Greatest communicator was Ronald Reagan. I would agree. Ronald Reagan was a phenomenal president. He's greatly missed. Let's see. Thank you, Don, for giving us a great show through the year. Wish you and Debbie a very happy, healthy New Year. Lily and Sully, too. Thank you very much. Yeah, everybody, have a great New Year. Have a safe New Year, okay? You know, I know that the Villages is a drinking community with a golfing problem. Be safe, okay? Don't overindulge. It's always great to get together with your friends and party, but be safe, please, and don't drive if you've been drinking. I'd like to see you all back next week. Remember, life is short, power is fleeting, physical beauty lasts for only a short while. All those who live long enough will also become weak and very vulnerable at some point. So let us be humble, help the sick, help the weak, help the vulnerable. For one day we too will exit the stage, so let us do it with humility, dignity, honor, and the knowledge that through our actions we have left this world a better place. I'm Don Wiley. Have a great day. Take care.
So we all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
Thanks for watching today's broadcast of Gold Wingnut Live. These weekly broadcasts and the construction update videos are two of the ways I bring information to you about the construction happening here in the villages. At Gold Wingnut Productions, I also provide a photo video service for new homes under construction. If you're building a new home in the villages and you need someone to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates, then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo video package of your new home. I've nearly 20 years in the construction industry as a project manager, and in the last 6 years, Gold Wingnut Productions has provided this valuable service to over 300 homeowners. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work is being done right and when it's not. I'm not just taking pictures like some do. I'm watching your new home build with a trained eye to help ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange for your package today, and I'll see you next week right here at Gold Wingnut Live.
Bro, my mom was furious that I had an accident in the house. She's been training me for weeks. Yeah, nothing tests a human's patience like a surprise puddle.
But she couldn't stay mad. I hit her with the sad puppy eyes and boom, reset her whole nervous system.
You've mastered it, man. Even I forgive you, and you stole my treat.
How to talk to your liberal family members at Christmas. Admit it, family is that proof that God has a sense of humor. And no matter how much you love these people, you already know before the turkey hits the table that you got an uncle that's going to say something about capitalism being violence. Your cousin is going to announce that they're spiritually vegan. You've got an aunt that's going to explain how Jesus would have voted for a carbon tax. So let me help you. This is how you communicate with your progressive liberal family members at Christmas without starting World War III in the living room. You ready? First rule. Do not speak in sentences. Speak in vague emotional affirmations. I can't stress this enough. Don't give them facts. They don't hear facts. Facts are aggressive. Facts are triggering. Facts are basically emotional assault. So if someone says borders are imaginary and money is racist, you don't respond with statistics. You respond with, wow, that must really feel heavy. They don't know what to do with that. You've now disarmed them spiritually. Second rule, ask questions that sound deep but mean absolutely nothing. Say things like, what does that belief do for you? Or when did you first feel that way? Don't listen to the answer. You just nod slowly like you're listening to a TED Talk sponsored by Kombucha. They're going to talk for 12 to 15 minutes. You don't have to say a word. That's a gift. Third rule, never use words that sound like confidence. Words like truth, reality, right, wrong, good, bad. Those are considered hate speech in some spiritual zip codes, okay? Replace them with safer language. Instead of saying that's wrong, say, I'm still processing my relationship with that concept. That sentence means nothing, but it sounds like therapy, and they respect that, okay? Fourth rule, if politics comes up, redirect immediately to trauma. If somebody says, anyone who disagrees with me is literally dangerous, you say, I hear that, and I'm curious how your inner child experiences that. This is important because nobody wants to keep arguing once the inner child enters the room. It's like bringing a raccoon to dinner. The conversation is over. Fifth rule, compliment their outrage. I mean, admire it. Progressives run on validation. The same way trucks run on diesel. If they start yelling about injustice, say, I really admire how much you care. That's it. That's the cheat code. Because they don't need solutions, they need validation and applause. Sixth rule, When they ask your opinion, you just lie gently. If they say, so what do you think about all of this? You don't tell the truth. Come on. You say, I think the holidays are about togetherness. That sentence is it's the political equivalent of elevator music. It's white noise that calms everybody down. 7th rule, if they accuse you of being problematic, just agree with them. Say, yeah, I'm still learning. That is progressive kryptonite. They can't cancel somebody who's claiming to be still in class. They're going to immediately move on to somebody else at the table who forgot to use the right pronouns. Rule 8, always keep a fork in your hand, because if things get heated, you just take a bite of food, because it's a great way to avoid responding. Nobody argues with somebody that's mid-chew. You just nod and point at that, illegal ham like it's sacred. And the final rule, remember this, they're not evil. They just think that social media is real life. So love them and laugh with them if you can. Hug them if they'll let you. And if all else fails, go stand in the kitchen with the people who are actually cooking. Those are your people, all right? Nothing unites Americans faster than avoiding a political argument and sneaking another piece of pie. So Merry Christmas. And I probably shouldn't say that, and neither should you, but go ahead, try it. And let's watch some heads explode. I love y'all. God bless you. You're welcome.